Now let's go back to where all this started. In Genesis 3, Satan's goal was to get humans to abandon God's way and make their own way. So abandon God, make their own. Here's what he said to Eve. Satan inhabited and dwelt the serpent, which was sure different than snakes today. It was the most exquisite. Can you imagine, have you ever seen a snake, how they glide? I mean, they can glide on top of water. In our pool in Oklahoma, they used to go right across the top of the water. They'd, those water moccasins. And the way they're so agile and beautiful, and that little tongue. Can you imagine before they were vilified by Satan inhabiting them? They were glistening. They were beautiful. They walked upright. And Satan captivates Eve's attention through the serpent. And it wasn't a rattlesnake or a cobra trying to bite her. She saw it as this just beautiful creature. And Satan said through the serpent to her, "Has God indeed said?" See, Satan always wants to start by us doubting God's word. You know what the biggest attack on each generation is? Plant seeds of doubt. Remember, I told you last week, my very first class at Michigan State University was the professor wearing the little shorts and the open shirt and the unicorn horn, and he said, "I'm here to teach you about the mythology of Christianity." He was a little a antichrist. It's Satan's goal to infect teachers and leaders and writers and media people with placing doubt about God's word into people's mind. You don't have to defeat the Bible. You just have to make them wonder if it's true, if it's reliable. So Satan did it by saying, "Has God indeed said?" He didn't do a frontal, he did a side. He said, "Did God really say you shouldn't eat of every tree of the garden?" And what he was doing there is he was saying, why is God holding out on you? What does it mean you have to wait until marriage to have sexual relations? Is God holding out on you? Well, obviously about half of all Christian young people think God is holding out on them because, according to the surveys, half of all the people your age are sexually involved, and they're not married. And they are starting down this path of living life their own way. They're living life outside of the rules God has set down. So that's Satan's plan. Doubt God's word, and then doubt God's goodness and think, he's holding out on me. He's trying to keep something good from me. Even though he says no good thing will he withhold from those that walk uprightly. God knows what's good. We don't. We just have to trust him, and his choice is always better than ours. The third thing, look, Genesis 3:1, 3:1, now 3:4. Doubt God's authority. Remember, Eve, sadly, added to what God said. She said, God says, don't eat it, don't even touch it, lest you die. She kind of added, she expanded. What was Satan's instant third line of his goal, his strategy? She's doubting God's word, she's doubting God's goodness. Now he wants her to doubt God's authority. He says, you will not surely die. No, you won't die. Your eyes will be opened. In fact, the bottom line is doubt God's plan, he told Eve. If you doubt his word and his goodness and his authority, you'll start doubting his plan. Satan has a better idea, a better way. If you sin, it's going to open your mind. It does. It opens it to demons. And then make your own way to God. What does Eve's son do? Cain. He brought an offering from the fruit of the ground to the Lord. Now what God asked for, what he wanted to give God. See, right there, Genesis, and I'm sure Mark Strout or whoever teaches Genesis now has already taught you that if they've taught Genesis. That is always Satan's goal. He operates, and he's operating in your lives right now, wanting you, even while you're here, to doubt God's word and God's goodness. Why is he holding out on you and not giving you what you want or need or desire greatly? not healing that person that's sick, or not giving you that person you dreamed of marrying, or not allowing you to have that job, or whatever it is, you doubt God's goodness and you doubt his authority. When he says, be not deceived, I'm not mocked, whatever you sow, you're going to reap. You doubt that, and you start even doubting his plan, and so you set off doing it yourself, your own plan. You make your own way to God.